Hello beautiful people, Carl here from Brains and Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial.com for short horror movie review time. And nobody, and I mean nobody, goes into a film called Hippo's Revenge expecting Citizen Kane or Schindler's List or whatever you consider to be one of the best movies ever made. It is not going to be highbrow cinema. You're not going to come away changed by it, and it'll barely live in a memory a week, let alone years down the line. Yet even though expectations will be low as far as quality goes, expectations for entertainment value will be high, right? After all, it's called Hippo's Revenge. So, is Hippo's Revenge all that it promises to be? A bloody slapstick horror that has fools being crushed and eaten by a rampaging hippo?
Hippos belong in Africa. They don't belong in a sorry safari in England.
Let's get these majestic beasts out of these crates, eh?
Dora, get out of the way! No!
She was protecting her baby at all costs.
Find the baby, get it on the chain, haul it in the truck, then the mother should follow.
Why are you doing this?
For the money.
Never underestimate the power of wild creatures.
Written and directed by Sam P. Green, Hippo's Revenge surrounds a safari rescue in England run by Crispin, played by Jason Bailey, and his right-hand woman Aluna, played by Evan George. They are due to open soon and have recently acquired a mother hippo and her calf. Don't ask about the how or the why of it all, or question the fact that the hippo is already responsible for several deaths, because the film simply doesn't have an answer. If this wasn't prescient enough, though, for Crispin and Aluna, the former is also trying to reconnect with his teenage daughter Sora, aka Bug, played by Jenna N. Wilson, and having to deal with lazy stuff like Daniel, played by Tom Marchant. I'd almost feel sorry for him, except he's a wholly unlikable character making the most nonsensical of decisions, and along with Aluna, barely bats an eye when one of his employees gets his arm bitten off by the hippo at the start of the film. This moment, the effects, the acting, the stupidity of the story is an early indicator of just how bad Hippo's Revenge is. Yet, incredibly, it gets worse from this point onwards. You see, someone nefarious wants the hippos. Who and why is never really established outside of a pointless opening scene. And they sent a gang of goons to capture them, led by Sidney, played by Michael Hode, the best actor in this film, but even he struggles with this atrocious script. A bunch of goons for the hippo to kill, right? Well, that's the madness. No! As hilariously, the actual hippo is barely in this film, and most of the time hides in bushes. Although once you see it, you kind of understand why the editors thought, let's keep this thing off screen. It is a shockingly bad effect, no hyperbole, and when it interacts with a human, it simply couldn't look more fake, which probably then explains also why the film is so damn dark too. That is just one of many problems that make this one of the worst films released this year. The story isn't just stupid, it is insulting, demanding that the viewer accept utter tripe as reasons for anything happening here. There is unchaining your brain, and then there is having a lobotomy. Yet even then, most of what happens and why it happens will still drive most people nuts. The stupidity of the characters, the cringy things they do, the pathetic attempt to make them matter when nothing actually does, or coupled with so much bad acting, it must be seen to be believed. You'll find yourself constantly screaming at the TV, begging for someone to deliver a line with gusto. Say something that makes them feel real, and at least try to pretend that they're dealing with a real fucking hippo. Now, I realise that this level of rubbish might sound entertaining to some, but be warned, the worst thing about Hippo's Revenge is actually that it is remarkably dull. If you're expecting fast-paced shenanigans involving a vengeful hippo on a rampage, well, aren't you the fool? Aren't we all? How stupid of us for expecting something like that in a film called Hippo's Revenge. It gives me no pleasure to slam a film like this, but Hippo's Revenge it's a fucking shocker. You'd get more entertainment out of watching an actual real-life hippo defecate over and over again, and it would probably look better than this film does. In case you can't tell, hated this. It's Hippo's Revenge. You got any thoughts on it you want to share me? You know what to do? Let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. It does help us out. You can find us at gbhbl.com and across all social media platforms. And if you really want to give us a bit of extra support, please consider buying us a cup of coffee over on our coffee page. Thank you.